Wow, it's nice to be back in Provo. Even nicer, they dropped the charges and let me come back to Provo. Oh. Anyway, I got to tell you, my wife and I recently celebrated our 37th wedding anniversary. That's right. 37 consecutive years, all in a row. And we're up in Montana in June. I got my first speeding ticket in over 20 years in Montana. Believe me, that takes some work. Speed limit was 80 miles an hour. And we're driving, and I set the cruise at 95. And Tammy, after about 5 minutes, says, aren't you going too fast? And I said, no, this is Montana. They don't write tickets for under 100. They really don't. She goes, who told you that? I go, I don't know, it's just common knowledge. So about 2 minutes later, a Porsche shoots past me. If I'm doing 95, he's doing 115, 120. I mean, he just, boom. And a minute later, I see the lights. And I say, see, he's going to get a ticket. So imagine my surprise when the cop locked in behind me and pulled me over. I couldn't wait for him to get to the window. Did you see the Porsche? He goes, yeah, it was after him, and then you showed up. What? And he says, if you had slowed down, I wouldn't have pulled you over, but who doesn't slow down for the police? And my wife says, my husband said you don't write tickets for under 100. And the cop goes, where did he hear that? So anyway, he gets my license, and he starts having a conversation with me, a little chit-chat, a little small talk. He goes, oh, Tennessee? I go, yeah, Tennessee. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm doing 95. Obviously, I'm in a hurry. How about writing the ticket a little quicker? Let's get going. Only one of us is getting paid by the hour here. It's not me. And how many people are like me, you know, as he's right, you're thinking, how fast do I got to go to make up this 10 minutes? For all you people who are in math class that raised their hand and said, when am I going to ever use the story problem in my real life? This is your moment. I got 48 miles. I had 45. Now I got 35 minutes. I got 142 miles an hour. I'm going to be late. Come on. And they always ask you if you were aware of how fast you were going. Are you aware? Oh, well, yeah, I got a speedometer right in front of me. The only thing I was unaware of is where you were sitting. That's it. I mean, you know. So anyway, I get in the car and I set the speed at 95 again, and Tammy goes, you're speeding? I go, what are the odds I get 2 in one day? Come on. We did a lot of driving in Montana, and after about 2 days, I looked at her, I said, you know, this is sad, but we're at a point in our marriage where every conversation we have turns into a game of charades. We honestly can't remember a thing. We really can't. It's a game show. We just start guessing and going, no, that's not. She'll say, I saw that guy you worked with in New York on TV the other night. And I'll go, oh, yeah, what guy was that? And she'll go, you know, that guy. I go, no, I don't. That's why I'm asking you. You brought it up. And then it just starts, you know, was it New York City? I don't know, New York City, well, Buffalo, Rochester, Sarah, I don't know. It was New York. I go, okay. Help me out. What did he look like? Well, he was a white guy. Well, that narrows it down, sweetheart. Was he tall, short? Well, your height, so 6 foot, 6'1". Well, he wasn't that tall. Then he's not my height. Goes on for 5 more minutes. We never come up with a name. She drifts off and looks out the window until the next game show. Now she's using Alexa to fill in her memory problems. I mean, it really is. I'm not kidding you. I'll hear her reminders all day coming out of Alexa. Reminder for Tammy, you know, tomatoes on the grocery list. You know, reminder for Tammy, 2 o'clock at doctor's. And my favorite one, reminder for Tammy, at dinner tonight, feign interest in Jeff's golf story. I'm not kidding you. Anybody got an Alexa? She's now beginning to chime in our conversations as if she's a member of our family. Tammy brought up her friend Alice. Apparently Alice saw me at the airport and waved at me, and Tammy says, you completely ignored her. And I said, I didn't even see Alice. And Alexa goes, should I order see Alice for Jeff? And it's like, nobody's even talking to you, lady. Come on. You know where this AI is headed. You know where it's headed. Your wife is going to say something like, don't forget we have dinner with the Johnsons tomorrow night. And you're going to say, I'm not eating with the Johnsons. I don't like them. And she's going to go, you agreed to this. And you say, I would never have agreed to that. And Alexa will go, Jeff, you agreed to dinner with the Johnsons 17 days, 12 hours, and 7 minutes ago. And then she'll say, Tammy, would you like me to play back the conversation? And you know what's coming after that. That's what's coming after that. Yeah. Our living room lights are connected to Alexa, so... I mean, we have a nighttime ritual. Tammy says, I'm going to bed. She just stands up and goes, I'm going to bed. And okay. I got about 10 or 15 minutes. It takes her that long to put the creams and oils on. So it's just... So anyway, I got to close up the house. So I'll say, Alexa, turn off light 1, Alexa, turn off light 2, Alexa, and then I'll set her alarm and I'll go to bed. Now, we live in the country. We live rural Tennessee. Our Wi-Fi is just not all that good. So there's nights I say, Alexa, turn off light 1, and she starts this mantra. I'm unable to connect right now. You need to get your router. And she starts giving me directions on routers and things. And I just, wait for her to stop talking, and I'll say, Alexa, turn off light 1. I'm unable to connect right now. And sometimes it takes 4 or 5 times to get her to turn out the light. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, hey, why don't you just walk over and turn out the light? I've thought about it, but then, I pay her to do it, so that's what I'm not going to... What are you, Gen Z, Alexa? So one night I got to close up shop. I got to go to the bathroom, and I tell Tammy to close up the house. And this is what I hear. I coming out of my living room. Tammy says, Alexa, turn off light 1. She goes, I'm unable to connect right now. No. And Tammy interrupts her. Doesn't even let her finish. She just interrupts her. Alexa, be quiet. I'm talking to you. And Alexa's going, and now Alexa, she's just swimming. She's just, it's just jabber. And Tammy's going, be quiet, Alexa. I'm talking to you. Now shut up. And then Tammy loses her mind. She's just going, Alexa. I got to run. I put my hands on her shoulders. Baby, take a breath. You see that blue light spinning round and around and around? That's her brain. Let the blue light go out. I know you imagine these two tech giants standing together in the living room, but yeah. Let the blue light go out. So light went out. I said, Alexa, turn off light 1. Light 1 went out. I said, sweetheart, you got to know how to talk to a woman. Trust me, there is dating romance and there is marital romance. And the two are about as related as walking through a field and walking through a field full of Claymore mines. They are not even closely related. When we were dating, I'd come off the road, she'd pick me up inside the airport, she'd greet me like I was a soldier coming off a war. She'd throw her arms around me and I'd give her a kiss and she'd go, you call that a kiss? You said you love me. Kiss me like you love me, soldier. And I'd kiss her, and I'm thinking, this marriage thing's gonna be great. Throw a couple kids on that, and boy, I'll tell you what. I'm driving home from the airport, and I got romance on my mind, and you know what? You walk in and give her a kiss, and she completely misses the whole thing. She didn't even notice the kiss. You know what your sons did today? And you know when they're your sons, this isn't good. Your youngest son felt the load in his diaper was too much to carry around. He took the diaper off and threw it on the couch. The dog walked by, saw the diaper, thought it would make a nice mid-morning snack. And then your oldest son came in, saw the shredded diaper, thought he would clean up the evidence so nobody would get in trouble. And I thought, well, great, he threw it in the trash can. She goes, no, if he was my son, he would have put it in the trash can. He's your son. He put it in the VCR. He put a dirty diaper in the VCR. And then she says, you know what that means? I go, yeah, we got to buy a new VCR. She goes, oh, no, you're cleaning out the VCR. I go, no, I'm not. What are VCRs? $9? We're buying another one. Oh, no, you're cleaning it out. She hands me chopsticks. You're going to clean this out? I spent an hour picking stuff out, and I heard her laughing in the other room. Don't tell me she's sick. And don't misunderstand me, believe me. There's times she walks in a room and I lose my breath at how beautiful she is to me. I mean, even after, yeah. Well, not all the time, I'm not a freak, okay? You know. I call them divine moments. These are moments that God uses flint on your heart and your mind. It's just, and you're surfing, she's walking around, you're not even noticing, and it's like, look at her, and you're just, and then you have to remember the first time you laid eyes on your wife, and it's like, remember, white blouse, short leather skirt, 80s perm. And you think, that's a lot of work. They say, I've heard this, that women are like onions. There are layers and layers and layers, and they're complex. And it takes years to get to reveal all these things. And it made sense to me, because like an onion, nobody's made me cry more than Tammy. So here's one. About a month and a half ago, we're eating dinner at a really nice restaurant. She looks on the menu and she says, they have lobster. I go, yeah, they do. She goes, I love lobster. It's my favorite. And I look at her and I go, since when? You've been married 37 years. This is the first I've heard of your lobster thing. And she goes, oh, no. Well, they're so expensive. And I said, I can spring for one lobster a year, babe. Look, we'll Dave Ramsey it. I'll put $4 in an envelope. Every week, $4 in an envelope every week. 52 weeks, we'll have $208. Walk into the restaurant, I'll plunk all 52 envelopes on the counter. Get this woman a lobster. Yes! Oh, here's one. Last year, about a year and a half ago, we're walking from a nice meal, a beautiful moment between a husband and wife. We're walking. She's got her arm in my arm, and we're walking. She's got her head on my shoulder, and we stop just short of the car, and she gives me a kiss on the cheek, and she says, I love you. And I said, I love you too, sweetheart. And then she says, if I'd known you were going to turn out to be the man you turned out to be, I would have had a lot more children with you. I know a lot of you are like me. You're looking for the compliment in there somewhere. I mean, there has to be a compliment in what? Turns out I was a fixer-upper when we got married, Had some issues. We were in marriage counseling at one point, learning how to argue. And we were bad at it. We were like children. At some point, when we were in the counselor's office, it would descend into something like, shut up. No, don't tell me to shut up. You shut up. No, don't tell me to shut up. And the counselor would go, children, calm down. So about 5 visits in, the counselor looks at me and says to me, Jeff, I get the impression you don't want to be here. And I said, I find it kind of ironic. Most of our arguments are around our lack of money. And here we are spending $200 a week to learn how to argue about our lack of money. And the counselor looked at me and said, shut up. I said, no, you shut up. I have a way with people. I really do. Silly arguments when you're married. We got into an argument at a costume party. Tammy calls me out on the porch. She says, you're acting like a fool. I looked at her and said, I'm dressed as a green bean. Come on. What's legume etiquette? I don't know. And then she starts yelling at me. I go, wait, I'm not going to take any abuse from a cucumber, all right? And you remember, we had our first big blowout. We were about 4 months married. A huge argument over a roaster chicken. I mean, only married people would fight over roaster chickens. I'd gone to take a nap, and I don't know if I was asleep 5 minutes or 5 hours. I'm waking up to the sound of a vacuum cleaner in my bedroom. I'm sleeping, and my wife is vacuuming. And then, anyway, I wake up, of course, and she says, oh, good, you're awake. I'm thinking that was the plan, And then she says to me, chicken's done. And I go, whoa, boy, you got to back up. I missed something. She said, no, you said if I cooked the chicken, you'd carve it for me. Chicken's done, carve the chicken. And I said, I never said that. And she said, yes, you did. You sat in the kitchen, that's what you said. I go,